Hello students, continuing the GMAT series. Today's first question is, a grocer has 400 pounds of coffee in stock, 20% of which is decaffeinated. If the grocer buys another 100 pounds of coffee, of which 60% is decaffeinated, what percent by weight of the grocer's stock of coffee is decaffeinated? So first of all, 400 pounds coffee in stock he buys, and 20% of which 20% is basically, as soon as 20% comes into your mind, you should know that this is 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 of 400 pounds will be equal to C. 10% is 40, 20% will be 80 pounds. So 80 pounds is decaffeinated out of 400 pounds. Now further he says, if the grocer buys another 100 pounds of coffee, of which 60% is decaffeinated. Now since this is 100 pounds and we refer percentage in terms of 100, so 60% of this will be equal to 60 pounds, right? So the question asks you, what percent is decaffeinated by the weight? By weight, the decaffeinated amount is 80 plus 60, 140 pounds, divided by the total 400 plus 100 is 500. So this is the required percentage. Now you cancel this will be equal to 14 by 50. In order to get the percentage, we need to multiply it by 100. But if we multiply it by 2, in numerator and denominator, the denominator will become 100. So in that case, 28 by 100 multiplied by 100, this will get cancelled and you would get 28 as percentage. So which option is the right answer? Option A. See, in GMAT, you must try the tricks in which you can save the time even in seconds. That is there is so much of time constraint in this paper. The toll T in dollars for a truck using a certain bridge is given by the formula T equal to 1.50 plus 0.50 bracket x minus 2, where x is the number of axles on the truck. What is the toll for an 18-wheel truck that has 2 wheels on its front axle and 4 wheels on each of its other axles? So the formula is given by 1.50 plus 0.50 into x minus 2, where x is number of axles. So first we need to find the number of axles. Now this is an 18-wheel truck in which the question says that for the front 2 wheels on its front axle. So that means 2 wheels are having 1 axle. Now how many wheels will be left? That will be 16 wheels. 18 minus 2, 16 wheels, and 4 wheels on each of its other axle. So that means per 1 axle is per 4 wheels. Now, when I divide 4 wheels by 16, I get 4 axles. Right? For every 4 wheels, it will be having 1 axle. For 16 wheels, it will have 4 axles. The total number of axles are 4 plus 1, 5. So that becomes formula putting a value of x equal to 5. So this will be 0.50. 5 minus 2 is 3. So 3 into 0.50 is 1.5 plus 1.5 will be equal to 3. Isn't it? So in this case, the total toll will be equal to option B, that is $3. Option B is the right answer. For what value of x between minus 4 and 4 inclusive is the value of x square minus 10x plus 16 the greatest? So see, minus 4 to plus 4, and both these values are included. So examiner asks for which value this will be having the greatest value, putting the value x equal to x ranging from minus 4 to plus 4. So as you can see, this is a quadratic equation. We put any value of x over here, it will become positive. But over here, if we put a positive value of x, then the sign will remain negative. So that is sure that for this we need to put a value of x equal to negative, so as to give this part a positive sign. And for this we need a maximum value, so that will be minus 4 itself. So for that it will be x square minus 10 minus 4. Sorry, you can write this as 4 whole square. So this will be 16 plus 40 plus 60. So this is the maximum value it can achieve in between minus 4 to plus 4 by putting the value minus 4. Why? Because if we put a positive value, this will try to reduce the overall value. But if we put the negative value of this minus 10x will become positive, and x being minus 4 will give the maximum value. So for this, the option will be option number A. Had it been in the equation, the examiner had given minus x raised power cube also. In that case, the scenario would have been changed, because minus 1 raised power 3 is negative. But since it is having a quadratic equation, we just need to find out that x should have a negative value in this case, and the maximum value in negative case is minus 4, because minus 4 and 4 both are inclusive in this value of x. If x is equal to minus 5 by 8, y is equal to minus 1 by 2, then what is the value of the expression minus 2x minus y square? So simply we will put the values of x and y, minus 2 multiplied by minus 5 by 8 minus y square is minus 1 by 2 whole square. So this will become minus minus plus. So this will be plus 5 by 4 minus 1 by 2 whole square is 1 by 4. So this will be taking 4 as LCM, 5 minus 1. So this will be 4 by 4 equal to 1. So right option is option number C. Very easy question. If x minus y is equal to r and x multiplied by y is equal to s, then x minus 2 multiplied by y plus 2 is, see, x minus 2 into y plus 2. So first we will multiply. So this will be x. First we will multiply x with y and 2. So this will be xy plus 2x, then minus 2y minus 4, minus 2y minus 4. Now xy, we can have 2 as LCM common. So this will be 2x minus y minus 4. Now we know the value of xy as s, plus 2 times x minus y is r minus 4. So this will be 2r plus s minus 4. 2r plus s minus 4. Option D is the right answer. For positive integers a and b, the remainder when a is divided by b is equal to the remainder when b is divided by a. Which of the following could be a value of a multiplied by b? See, we are asked to find the value of a multiplied by b in a condition when a is divided by b, remainder let us suppose is r1, and when b is divided by a, let us suppose remainder is r2. r1 is equal to r2. Now, if we logically deduce from this, let us suppose we have a, the value of a equal to 12 and the value of b as 7. So when 12 is divided by 7, remainder will be equal to 5. And when 7 is divided by 12, then the remainder would be equal to 7. So you can have lot more values of a and b, but you will find that r1 and r2 will never be equal. But there is one condition when a is equal to b. When a is equal to b, then we can have, let us suppose a is equal to 12 and b is also equal to 12. In that case, a by b or b by a, both will have the remainder as 0. Right? So in this case, in this condition only, this condition is satisfied that when a is divided by b is equal to the remainder when b is divided by a. Now let us go for the options. Number 1 option is your 24. So first of all, we will do the prime factorization. This is equal to 6 into 4 and this is further equal to 2 into 3 into 2 into 2. Now see, here must be there must be value of a and must be value of b. But since there is 3 over here, either I can have a as 6 or b can be 4. But in no case over here I can have the value both a and b as same because there is a single 3 placed over here. Now, second case will be 30. 30 can be written as 6 into 5 or 2 into 3 into 5. Now in this case, for the getting the value of a, I can have the value of a as 2. In that case, b will be having value 15. If I take a equal to 6, then b will be having value 5. If I take a equal to 5, then b will be having value equal to 6. Right? Or you can interchange by having a equal to 15, b equal to 2. So in any case, there is no condition in which, let us suppose I divide a by b in the first case. It will be 2 upon 50. So remainder will be 2. Now 15 divided by 2, b by a, it will be having remainder equal to 1. So condition is not fulfilled. So the condition is fulfilled only when a is equal to b. Now let us take a look at the option 3. So this is 36, which I can write as 6 into 6. Now either I can break it into further into 2 into 3 into 2 into 3, or I can check over here also by getting the value, assuming the value a and b both has 6. So in this case, a by b, 6 by 6 will be equal to having remainder 0, or b by a equal to 6 by 6, remainder equal to 0. So in this case, this possibility can be achieved. So the option 3 is the only option in which this condition is satisfied. So right option will be option B. So in GMAT, what I have seen is that from the statement given, you have to logically deduce what the examiner wants basically from you. So that is basically critical thinking, and you must logically deduce from the statement. Logical deduction is the very important factor in this. List S consists of the positive integers that are multiples of 9 and are less than 100. What is the median of the integers in it? So the term is median. That are positive multiples of 9. So first multiple would be 9 multiplied by 1, which is 9, and the last multiple will be 9 multiplied by 11, which is 99. He has asked it to be less than 100. Fine. Now, how many multiples will be there? 11. So I will write, numbers will be written as 9 multiplied by 1, 9 multiplied by 2, 9 multiplied by 3. So basically between 1 and 11, the middle term will fall at 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every integer will be multiplied by 9. Right? So these are the multiples. So here it will be 5 and here it will be 5. So the sixth number from the starting will be the median number. So that is 9 multiplied by 6, which is equal to 54. So right option is option D. Option D. So what is median? Basically, median is when we arrange the numbers in ascending or descending order. Right? The number which is falling in between is the median, and it is different for, since this is an odd numbers, so the center one will fall at the 6th place in case of 11 number. For even set of numbers, what we do is we add. Let us suppose we have been asked to find between 4 multiples. Let us suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. So the in between second and the third term, what will we do? We will add both these terms and divide it by 2 to get the median in case of even set of numbers. But in case of odd, the middle one in this case is the 6th one. So we multiply 9 by 6 to get the median number, which is 54. Option D is the right answer. A rope 20.6 meters long is cut into 2 pieces. If the length of one piece of rope is 2.8 meters shorter than the length of the other, what is the length in meters of the longer piece of the rope? So let us suppose that the longer length of the rope is having length equal to x meters, right? So the shorter length will be having length equal to x minus 2.8. As the question says, if the length of the one piece of rope is 2.8 meters shorter than the length of the other, so we assume the longer length as x, so smaller will be x minus 2.8. Now the examiner asks the longer piece of length, what is its length? So x plus x minus 2.8 must be equal to 20.6, isn't it? Now x plus x will be 2x, transposing it to the other side, 20.6 plus 2.8. So this will be equal to 23.4. So x will be equal to 23.4 divided by 2, right? Or you can make decimal point in the denominator, cancel it, it becomes 14. 117 by 10 is 11.7 meters. Right? So x is the longer length and it has been asked longer piece of the length. So 11.7 is the right answer. Option number E. Very easy question. If x and y are integers and x minus y is odd, which of the following must be true? Xy is even, x square plus y square is odd, and x plus y square whole square is even. Now, first condition given to us is x plus y are integers, right? And x minus y is odd. Now, if we dive a little bit into this case, we know that even number plus even number always gives us a even number, or even plus minus. Even plus minus, so we can have an example for this. 6 plus minus 4. So either it is 10 or it is 2. Now second case is odd plus minus odd. So let us have an example. 5 plus minus 3. So this is 5 plus 3 will be 8 and 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. So odd plus minus also gives us an even number. So since x minus y, in both these cases x minus y, it will be even, but here it is given it is odd. So there is another case in which we can write even plus minus odd. Now we can have an example even as 6 plus minus odd number, let us suppose 3. So 6 plus 3 is 9 and 6 minus 3 is 9. So what we deduce from this is that from x and y, one of them, either x or y is even and one of them is odd. Only then this condition can be satisfied. So now once we have established this, now the first case is xy is even. Now let us assume that x is even and y is odd. We can have an example that 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6. Or we can have y as even, 6 and x as odd. So let us suppose this value is 5. So this is also 30. So we know that any number multiplied by an even number, if it is odd or even, it will always result in an even integer. So that means in any case this condition is satisfied. Now moving to the second condition, that is x square plus y square is odd. Now, one of these has to be odd. So let us suppose x is having a value 3, that is odd. 3 square plus y square, that is an even, this is odd. 4 square. So odd multiplied by an odd number always results into an odd number, and even multiplied by an even number always results in an even number. So this will boil down to an odd plus even. So again this is a case odd plus even, so it will always be an odd number. 9 plus 16 will be 25. So you put other values also in which either x or y should be odd and one of them should be even. So this condition is also satisfied. Now moving to third condition, x plus y whole square is even. Now odd plus even always gives us an odd number. So this will be, let us suppose 2 plus 3 or 4 plus 2, 4 plus 3. So this will be 5 and this will be 7. So odd multiplied by odd, we know that it always gives us a odd number. So in this case, this can't be even. So this condition is not satisfied. So our right option will be 1 and 2 only. Option number D is the right answer. You can have some more values by putting x and y, following the condition that one of them should be odd and one of them should be even, and try to justify your cases in both these three statements. You would find that x plus y whole square can't be even, it has to be odd. So option D is the right answer. On Monday, the opening price of a certain stock was $100 per share. So on Monday, and its closing price was $110 per share, right? So this is $100 and $110. On Tuesday, the closing price of the stock was 10% less than its closing price on Monday. So closing price on Monday is 110. So he says 10% less is the closing price on Tuesday. So 10% of this is 11, right? So 11 minus how it came, 10% of 10 by 100 of 110. So this will be 11. So 110 minus 11. So that means in this, there it is 110 minus 11, 99. Now, and on Wednesday, the closing price of the stock. And on the Wednesday, the closing price of the stock was 4% greater than its closing price on Tuesday. So that means closing price on Tuesday is 99. So 4% of this, 4% of 99. So this will be 0.99 into 4. So that is 9. See how we multiply this? 99 into 4 is 90 plus 9 into 4. So this is 90 into 4 is 360 plus 9 into 4 is 36. So this is 396. 396 divided by 100. So this will be 3.96. So it is greater than. So 99 plus 3.96. So this will be $102.96. Now, what was the approximate percentage change in the price of the stock from its opening price on Monday? So he wants the comparison with this price, opening price on Monday, to its closing price on Wednesday, right? So as we can see that there is an increase. So first of all, there is an increase. How much increase is that? That is 2.96. On what that increase is? 100 multiplied by 100. So overall, this is an increase of 2.96%. Right? So options for this is see, decrease, decrease, decrease. So first three options are not an option. An increase of, so it has said that what was the approximate change, percent change. So the 2.96 is nearer to 3%. So option D is the right answer. Right? In the rectangular coordinate system shown above, points O, P and Q represent the sites of three proposed housing development. If a fire station can be built at any point in the coordinate system, at which point would it be equidistant from all three developments? So you can draw this figure. So this is X, Y. First is this point O, which is having coordinates origin 0, 0, Q point 4, 0 and P 0, 6. So this is lying on the Y axis, X axis. So he says a fire station has to be built which must be equidistant from all these 3 points. Right? So now these are the options. If we take O and Q, so we know that a line, the point which will be equidistant from both of these points, must lie on this perpendicular bisector of this, right? And how we find that the coordinates of this? Through X. This is X1. Let us suppose X1, Y1 are the coordinates of the first point. X2, Y2 are the coordinates of the second point. So we calculate it by X1 plus X2 divided by 2, Y1 plus Y2 divided by 2. So in this case 0 plus 4, that means 4 divided by 2, and 0 plus 0, so 0. So this will be 0.2, where x is having value of 2. So this is this perpendicular bisector. So that point will always lie on this, right? Now if you take the points 0 and P, 0, P, same perpendicular bisector, so there will be a point on that will be equidistant from both O and P, will lie on this perpendicular bisector, and its coordinates will be 0 plus 0 divided by 0 and 6 plus 0. So this is 2, 0 and this is 0, 6 plus 0 by 2 is 3, right? So there would come a point where this will be equidistant from this point and this point. So that will be having coordinates 2, 2, 3. So right option will be option E. Now, you can also check this by having, let us suppose this point is PQR. This is point R. So by using distance formula, you can check that whether this is coming right or not. So our answer has been calculated. Now we'll do some analysis for the distance. So how we calculate that? Let us suppose we are calculating the distance PR. So that will be 2 minus 0 whole square. So that will be 4 plus 3 minus 6 minus 3. So that will be minus 3 whole square is 9. So this will be root 30. Now RO will be equal to 2 minus 0 whole square, that is 4 square, plus 3 minus 0 whole square is 9. So this will be again root 30. Now RQ is 2 minus 4 is minus 2 whole square is 4. 3 minus 0 is 3 square 9. So again this is root 30. So as you come to know that all these three distances are coming equal. So whenever such kind of case falls, you have to just find the perpendicular bisector and then the coordinates. So where these two perpendicular bisectors will coincide. Right? What is the perimeter in meters of a rectangular garden 6 meters wide that has the same area as a rectangular playground with 16 meters long and 12 meters wide? So with the help of the figure, there is first rectangular garden having 6 meters width, and there is another rectangular garden which is having 16 meters length and 12 meters wide. So he says what is the perimeter of this rectangle which is having area equal to this. So we can equate the areas first. Let us suppose this is x. So x multiplied by 6 must be equal to 16 into 12 because area of rectangle is length into breadth. So 6 2 so x will be 16 into 2 is 32. So we have finally found this time. Now he asks what is the perimeter of a rectangle. So we need to find the perimeter of this rectangular garden. So we know that perimeter of a rectangular garden is twice length plus breadth. So this is twice 32 plus 6. So this will be twice of 38. So this will be equal to 76 meter. Right? So the right option is option number D. Very simple question. 1 minus 0.12345 zeros and then 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 is equal to. See, let us see the trend first. So when I subtract 0.1 from 1, I will get 0.9. When I subtract 0.01, I will get 0.99. When I subtract 0.001, I will get 0.999. So what is the trend? That after decimal, if it is having one digit, then it will be 0.9. If it is having two digits, then it will be 29. If it is having three digits, it will be having 39. So here I am having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So that means the value of this will be 0.12345 So this is the value which I will be getting after subtracting. Fine. Now see, in first option I am having two digits after this. So the product of this will yield me a value which will be having 4 digits after decimal. Since there is no 0 at the end point, so it will be yielding me 4 digits. So option A is discarded. Option B is also having 4 digits, so this is also discarded. Fine. It will yield me a product which is having 4 digits after the decimal. Now coming to the C part, it is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can stay with C right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So D is also having 6 decimal points and there is no 0 digit at the end. Now E is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will yield us a product which is having 8 digits after the decimal. So this is also not the right value. Now between C and D, I have to now find the correct answer between C and D. So 1.001 multiplied by 0.999, I can simply multiply this by 999 multiplied by 1001. So 10 raised to power 3, 10 raised to power 3. So this will be 9, 0, then again 0, 9, then 9, 0, 0, 9, 9, 0, 0, 9. So 9, 9, 9, 9, 9 and 9. 6 nines and divided by 10 raised to power 6 will yield me the same value. So sorry, option C is the right answer. Option C, right? For these cases A, B and E cases, you can check it by multiplying this manually and you will find that it will be having 4 digits after the decimal. So that's why we are neglecting that, and it is not having any 0 digit at the end. Right? In a certain history class of 17 juniors and seniors, each junior has written 2 book reports and each senior has written 3 book reports. If the 17 students have written a total of 44 book reports, how many juniors are in the class? See, now let us suppose that number of juniors in the class are X then number of seniors will be 17 minus x, right? As if you add this, x plus 17 minus x will yield you 17. So this is the total number of juniors and seniors combined. You must try to have the equation or the question solving capability. Try to keep the question solution in single variable. It would be quite easy for you to solve that. Now, each junior has written 2 book reports. That means if each junior has written 2 book reports, then the total number of books written by juniors will be 2 into x, as x is the number of juniors, plus 3 books has been written by each senior, so that will be 3 multiplied by 17 minus x, and this whole sum is equal to 44. So this will be 2x plus 17 3 51 minus 3x equal to 44. So this will be 2x minus x will be minus 2x minus 3x is minus x, 44 minus 51. So this will be minus 7. Minus and minus gets cancelled. So this implies x is equal to 7. So x was number of juniors, and you have been asked how many juniors are in the class. So there are 7 juniors. So option A is the right answer. Now let's do some analysis for this question. Now if juniors are 7, then seniors will be 17 minus 7, that is 10. So total is 17. Now 2 books have been written by each junior, so that will be 2.7 plus 3.10. 3 books by each senior. So this is 14 plus 30, which is equal to 44, which is the total number of book reports have been written. Try to keep the question up to the extent into a single variable. Right? Whenever sum has been provided, put one variable into this and subtract the other so as to get the second variable. Minus 4 mod bracket minus 20 mod minus 5 mod bracket equals to. See, mod is what basically that either you put negative or positive sign in it, the outcome will always be a positive. So it basically asks for the magnitude only, or the absolute value. Absolute value means irrespective of the sign, you have to just extract the absolute value of that. Now minus 4 mod will be equal to plus 4. Right? In the bracket it has been written minus 20 mod, so that will be equal to 20 minus 5 mod will remain as it is, so this will be 5. So this is 5 dot 20 minus 5 is 15, so this will be having value 60. So right option will be option C. So whenever you see a mod, it means that either there is an integer or any decimal value inside it, it is having negative or positive sign. The value which will come outside will be always be a magnitude or the absolute value. Right? Let us suppose we have been given 63.4, so it will be 63.4, and 62.7, it will be 62.7. Only the magnitude or the absolute value of the total amount that Jill spent on a shopping trip, excluding taxes. She spent 50% on clothing, 20% on food, and 30% on other items. If Jill paid a 4% tax on the clothing, no tax on food, and an 8% tax on all other items, then the total tax that she paid was what percent of that amount that she spent, excluding taxes? So I will approach this question. Let us suppose that the total amount that Jill spent is $8. Right? Now, as per question, she spent 50% on clothing. Right? So that will be 50% is 1 by 2. So I can write on clothing she spent 1 by 2 of A, so that is 0.5 A. Right? Now 20% is basically 20 by 100 is 1 by 5. Right? So as there is no tax on food, so we need not to calculate it. Next is 30% on other items. Other items is 30%. So this will be 30% is 30 by 100, 0 cancel, 0.3 A. Fine. Now it says that Jill paid a 4% tax on the clothing. So 4% tax on clothing will be equal to 4 by 100, right? So that will be 0.04, and 8% tax on all other items, that is on other items. So 8% will be equal to 0.08. Right? So when you multiply this will be 4 into 5, 20 divided by 10 raised to power 3, that will be 0.02A. Right? How will I am getting this? 0.5 multiplied by 0.04. So this is 10 raised to power 2, this is 10. So this will be 20 divided by 10 raised to power 3. So this will be 0.02A. Now 0.3 multiplied by 0.3A multiplied by 0.08. So this will be 10 raised to power 2. Then, or this is for explaining mode only. Otherwise, you can simply multiply these digits 24 divided by 10 raised to power 3. So this will be equal to 0.024. So this will be 0.024 of A. Now it asks that then the total tax that she paid was what percent of the total amount she spent. Total amount she spent was $8. So we need to add this and then divide it by this and multiply by 100 to get the percentage. So 0.02, 0.02 and 0.024. So this will be 0.044 divided by 0.044 divided by A into 100. A and A gets cancelled. So this will be 2 decimal shifting to the right. So this will be 4.4%. So the right option will be option number C. Right. How many integers x satisfy both x greater than 2 less than equal to 4 and x greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to 3. See how we will approach this question. X is greater than 2 not equal to 2. So for this x will be having values for the condition given or inequality given x greater than 2 less than equal to 4. So this will be having 3.4 because x is less than equal to 4. Right? So it has asked integers. Now for the second one, x is greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to 3. So for this it will be having 0 value also, 1 also, 2 also and 3 also. So the question asks us how many integers satisfy both. So we will find that value which will satisfy both. So here we see that only one integer 3. So only one integer will satisfy this. So option will be option E. Right? Had it been that here it has been written not equal to, let us suppose that if there was a case where it has written, so we couldn't put the value 3 over here. In that case there will be no value which will satisfy both equations provided x is an integer. At the opening of a trading day at a certain stock exchange, the price per share of stock K was at the start was $8. If the price per share of stock K was $9 at the closing of the day, price is $9. What was the percentage increase in the price per share of the stock K for that day? So percent increase is find out by how much is the increase from 8 to 9, that is $1, and this increase is on 8. So 1 divided by 8 multiplied by 100. So this is the required percentage. And you know 1 by 8 is 0.125. So this will be 12.5%. Right? I am giving you a page which is having all the different ratios. Here you can see 1 by 8 is equal to 12.5%. Right? 1 by 4 is 25%. 1 by 5 is 20. 1 by 6 is 16.66. 1 by 6 is 16.6. And 2 by 3 is 66.66. 3 by 4 is 75%. 5 by 6 is 83.33. You must take a screenshot of this and hang it wherever you study so that you constantly go through all these values. So for this case, option D is the right answer. As shown in the diagram above, a lever resting on a fulcrum has weight of W1 pounds and W2 pounds located D1 feet and D2 feet from the fulcrum. The lever is balanced and W1 D1 is equal to W2 D2. Suppose W1 is 50 pounds and W2 is 30 pounds and D1 is 4 feet less than D2. So D1 is 4 feet less than, so D1 will be equal to D2 minus 4, right? So we need to find the value of D2. This is that figure. Now putting the values 50 dot, so D1 will be D2 minus 4. See, if we have been asked to find D1, then we will put the value of D2 as D2 will be equal to D1 plus 4. Now, but since we have been asked to find D2, so we will make the whole equation in terms of D2. So this will be W2 is 30 dot W2. Now opening the brackets, it will be 50 D2 minus 50 into 4 is 200 equal to 30 dot D2. So shifting it to this side as it is having lesser value. So 50 D2 minus 30 D2, these are like terms, equal to 200. So this will be 20 D2 equal to 200, or I can say D2 is having value 200 upon 20. 0 0 gets cancelled, 210 the 20. So D2 will be having value equal to 10. So which option in feet? D2 is unit is feet, 10 feet. So option D is the right answer. Fine. Thank you for today's lecture.